Field in Pittsburgh. Game 1 of the National League Wild Card Series on the show. It's the Blues going up against the Reds. John Shelby and Chris Singleton on the call. Game 1 is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture Game 1, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Almost ready to get underway, and today's starting pitcher, number 39. How about a report on him, Chris?
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger.
Hit on the ground to short. Benitez. Over to first. And the first out of the game is an easy one. So 1 out, nobody on. And now here is
1-1-1.
Smoked on the ground a second. Throws to first in time. And the batter will be the shortstop.
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but all
tosses to first, and they go down fast. 3 outs on 3 pitches. Half inning complete. We've got no score. Welcome back to Greenleaf Field, and on the hill today, Jack Manning. What should we keep an eye on here?
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back. Tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really...
Now a rocket to right center. Way back there. And forget it. It's out of here. A massive home run. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Bill. We knew it wasn't coming back. Power versus power right there. Like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? But a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working.
Season, and it leads to some really special moments. And that's ball 4. And that's their first base runner of the game.
Oh, very close with the location right there.
Everett Mills. Both righties and lefties. On the ground, right side, Exposito. On to first. And that is that. New inning getting started. And now the DH, Jack Manning. It's amazing we get a chance as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And now the right fielder. The MO for him.
2-hole hitter, or a guy that you could put at the bottom to help turn that lineup over to have some momentum for your top hitters coming up to the plate.
There's 1 out, and that's 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the second baseman. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Man at first. Hit hard, base hit. And now to aboard.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
Now it's the shortstop. Feels like it's less common. In the air out to center. And he makes the catch. And that's the third out. At the plate, the Bambino Perez. He's already homered in this game. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 4-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach. The air lets the defense work behind him with another ground.
This one in the air center field. Sizing this one up. And that'll do it. Game one of this wild card series. And here's the swing and a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. There's the ball. The throw. Tag. And he's out.
You know, something that's often overlooked in a caught stealing situation is just that catcher's footwork. These guys work so hard on just every aspect, receiving the pitch, but then also getting more inning. Anything after that, a hitter or two.
Swing and a ball lifted to center field. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Back now at Greenleaf Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the Bambino. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. Pulls in with a double. Third hit for him today.
Oh, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
George Paul digs in now. 1 for 2. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts and out. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. That's in for a strike. Throw to third. Save. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Number 2. This to center field. And it drops in. And the leadoff man aboard.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. First base.
So digging in, Pipe. He's kind of an outlier. Liner, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
One of the first real jams of the game for him, Boog. Back-to-back singles to start the inning and make great contact. You feel like you've done everything right, but in this game.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Coming home. One run across to third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with one gone.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe.
Here's the third baseman. swing and a ball lined out towards center, and it gets down for a base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate, and they have in front of the center fielder.
Cut on and lifted in the air. He's under it. Drops into the glove. And that's the 3rd out. So it's 2 runs on set for the start of the inning. Now it's the DH. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 walk.
Digging in is the switch inning outfielder. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there. Coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that.
The tying run at the plate. Line drive. And a base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score easily.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume. And the batter will be the shortstop. So the tying run at second. Line drive, base hit. 1 run's in. The second run scores. And this game is tied in the 7th.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then it stick. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Runner on the go. Ripped to short. Rolls across the diamond. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Bill Boyd will hit next. This is a big... Here's a high fly ball out to center. On his way over. Brings it in. And that's the 3rd out. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. We're all tied up 5-5. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game is going to be Everett Mills.
Well, both sides equally put him on the other side of the plate.
The 3-2 is outside, and it's ball 4.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there. Open off pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
That's a base hit. And the go-ahead run into scoring position. 1 away.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive coming up now.
Now it's the right field. That one down the line. Off balance feed. There's one. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning.
Poetry in motion there as the second baseman turns the double play. Nice throw to first, and that's the way to end the inning.
And we're back. Now it's the second baseman. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
His ability to draw walks has been part of his career since day 1.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Got a great back and forth and that at bat. Pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the ball.
And here it comes. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Flips the second, that's 1. On to first, double play.
Very smooth on the feed to second right there. You've got to love that glove toss, Boog. You know, sometimes people think these guys are being a little flashy, but it actually can make more sense to do that than try to make a full transfer. And
2 outs. Hit to right, and that should do it. And that is the ball game. The Reds off of the right foot here in this wild card series. They take game one in front of their home fans.
Yeah, and you could argue there's even more pressure on you as the home team in a three-game series, but these fans definitely showed up for this one. They had an impact, Boog, and their guys took care of business.
And on the other side of things, it'll be an elimination game in this same atmosphere in game two. So that will be just about set to go now. And today on the hill, Harry Wright. And Singy, he's a workhorse. Loves pitching deep into his starts.
Just nothing to show for it. Hang with them. I know the feeling.
Base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for two. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. Now to the bottom of the second. The Blues with the lead, 1-0 down. And now the right fielder.
Definitely wants to stay.
On the ground to second, might be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Tying run in scoring position in the bottom of the ninth. White now is the lineup.
Have a chance to tie up the ball game. Or
sends it to center, and this should be it. And there it is. Not a ton of offense to chat about coming your way on the show. It's Anaheim taking on Boston. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. A lot going on in this series as we get ready for game 3, Singy.
This is as good as it gets in a 3-game series, Boog. I mean, 1 game for all the marbles, and who knows how it's going to play out. But one thing I'm sure is we'll see the managers being very proactive. And in a situation like this, where there's no room for error, they're not going to be afraid to use every arm in the bullpen and every warm body off the bench if they have to.
Yeah, there's no saving something for tomorrow in this type of situation. Got to put it all out there on the table. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go. And towing the slab here, Al Spalding.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. And right at someone. You're looking for one of those blue hits.
2 on, 2 outs. Base hit into center field. Headed for the plate. He scores and they have the lead. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for 2. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Blues have the advantage, 1-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters are performed up to this point. The Bambino Perez. He's already homered here in this one. He's not going to get cheated up. Swing and a drive. Back there. On its way. Ball game. Another homer. And they walk it off for the win. The Reds get it done here in Game 3 with the backing of their home fans, and they can celebrate for the night as they shift their sights to the division series.
Yeah, congrats to them. These 3-game series don't leave a lot of room for error, Boog, and it really could have gone either way coming into this game. I think they fed off of this crowd, and those are the types of things you love to see this time of year.
And the season comes to an end in the other dugout. Not what they were looking for from their October run, so they'll move into the offseason looking to make improvements before next year. And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John